single day. I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi everybody. I am Ginger Wolf and welcome Stripped Finance. This video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. I am a feature entertainer and stripper, not a financial consultant. Please speak to your financial advisor about any financial matters. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Introduction. In the psychology of money, Morgan Housel's focus is on how we think and behave fundamentally about money. Every chapter of this book explores an individual's behavior and attitude towards money. Some behaviors induce positive outcomes while others guarantee failure. This book is divided into multiple chapters. The beauty of these lessons is accessible to anyone. They are not only for people with high incomes or those with elite education degrees. This book improves your relationship with your money and your attitude regarding personal finance. Housel assures us that to make money, all we need is patience, discipline, and a handful of constructive behaviors. 13 important lessons in The Psychology of Money. 1. No one is crazy. Your personal experiences with money make up maybe 0.000001% of what's happening in the world, but maybe 80% of how you think the world works. Everyone has their own way of thinking about how the world works. We make decisions based on our experiences, based on where we are, based on what influences we have, how we grew up, what pressures we have, the stories going on in our head, and at the time when these decisions are made, we think it's logical. The worldview is influenced by a unique set of circumstances and external influences. No amount of studying can genuinely recreate the power of fear and uncertainty. We all think that we know how the world works. But we've only experienced a tiny sliver of it. 2. Luck and risk. Nothing is as good or maybe as bad as it seems. Outcomes are determined by efforts, but luck and risk often play an important role in an individual's outcomes. Luck and risk both happen as the world is too complex to allow 100% of your actions to give 100% of your outcomes. The accidental actions outside of your control can be more impactful than the ones you've already planned. The trick to dealing with failure is arranging your financial life in a way that a bad investment and a missed financial goal won't let you down, so you can keep playing until the odds fall in your favor. 3. Never enough. There is no reason to risk what you have. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. Happiness results minus expectations. Comparing ourselves to others is often the main culprit. Capitalism is good at generating both wealth and jealousy. But there is no end to social comparison. There is always someone higher up on the ladder than you are. By enough, it is meant that you know when to avoid doing something you'll regret later. Things like reputation, freedom, family and friends, love, and happiness are not worth the risk regardless of the gains. The only way to win is to abstain from playing the game. 4. Confounding compounding. Good investing isn't always about earning the highest outcomes. It's about earning good outcomes that you can stick with and can continue for a longer period of time. That's where compounding shows its magic. About $81.5 billion of Warren Buffett's $84.5 billion net worth came after his 65th birthday, and our minds are not built to handle such absurdities. 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Good investing is not all about making good and effective decisions, rather it's about consistency and not giving up. Getting money and keeping money are different things, and they both require different mindsets and strategies. Getting money requires taking risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there. Protecting your wealth is more important than creating wealth. Many people become rich, but then they also end up losing all of it very soon. It is very critical to constantly protect your wealth. Many people think that a good investment means making the right decisions. But according to Morgan Housel, investing well means avoiding bad decisions. We agree that it is necessary to take risks to earn money, but it is also our responsibility to save that money. This is why we should always be modest and give equal importance to capital protection along with creating wealth. 6. Tails, you win. You can be wrong half of the time but still can make a fortune. Anything that is profitable, famous, or influential is the result of a tail event, an outlying one in thousands or millions event. When you accept that tails drive everything in business, investing, and finance, then you realize that it's normal for lots of things to go wrong, break, fail and fall. 7. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is a financial asset that hasn't yet been converted into stuff you see. Real wealth is not what is seen but what we do not see. It is not difficult to recognize rich people because they own luxury cars and expensive houses. As in our society, people judge your wealth by your spending ability. But wealthy people do not spend most of their wealth. Wealthy people's real wealth is in the form of assets such as stocks, rental income, intellectual property, etc. Wealthy people use their money to grow themselves, and to give themselves greater flexibility and the ability to make choices. 8. Save money. 3 types of people, past a certain level of income. Those who save. Those who don't think they can save. Those who don't think they need to save. Your saving rate is more important than your investment returns. Don't worry about what other people think or feel about you. Having more grab over your time and options is becoming one of the most valuable currencies in the world. 9. Reasonable, rational, and room for error. Do not aim to be costly and rational when making financial decisions. Aim to be pretty reasonable. Being reasonable is more realistic and you have a better chance of sticking with it for the long run, which is what matters most when managing money. The best way to achieve felicity is to aim low, says Charlie Munger. Felicity equals happiness, bliss. Wonderful. We should always be ready for surprises and sudden events. We must always accept the odds and uncertainty in life and plan for it rather than doing nothing about it. For this, we have to know about 2 things, what is about to happen and what could happen. Most of the time we take all the decisions thinking about what is going to happen according to our thinking and do not think about what could happen, and if this specific thing happens, then how we would be able to face the situation. The reason for this is that we always want to know what is going to happen in the future. It is difficult for us to accept that we don't know much about what will happen in the future, and therefore we should be prepared for uncertain events. 10. You'll change. Future planning is hard because people's goals and desires change over time. We are terrible thinkers of our future selves. Our present needs and wants are not going to be the same as our future needs and wants. It's difficult to make effective long-term plans and effectively make decisions. Accept the reality that an individual has to change and evolve. What matters to you today may even make sense in decades. Successful investing asks for a price, but its currency is not dollars and cents. It's fear, doubt, uncertainty, randomness, odds, and regret, all of which are easy to overlook and not care until you're dealing with them in real time. 11. The seduction of pessimism. Pessimism isn't just more common than optimism. It is actually smarter. It's intellectually captivating, and it's paid more attention than optimism, which is often viewed as being oblivious to risk. Growth is driven by compounding, which always takes time. Destruction is driven by single points of failure, which can happen in seconds, and loss of confidence, which can happen in an instant. 12. Confessions. Independence, at any income level, is driven by your savings rate. The lesson highlights some of the financial behaviors and beliefs of the author. Independence drives all Housel's decisions. It might be a bad financial decision, but it's a great money decision if it's giving you peace of mind. The learning is that money should be used to achieve freedom. Wealth should be used to buy time rather than a job, a big house, or a luxury car. You will be truly rich when you can use your money to buy time. You will truly be financially independent when you can do whatever you want. 13. Nothing is free in this world. Everything has a price, but not all prices appear on labels. The learning is that nothing is free in the world. For example, using social media and scrolling is free, but in reality, they are asking for your time instead of money. Therefore, everything has a price and you must pay for it. We should know what the price is and then decide whether we want it or not. Similarly, if we talk about investment, we also have to pay a price that you cannot measure in dollars or cents. The real price of investing in something is to deal with various emotions like fear, doubt, uncertainty, greed, and regret. According to Morgan Housel, instead of being afraid of market volatility, we need to think of it as a fee or a cost that one needs to pay to become a good investor.
Hi guys, thanks for making it this far into the video. While I'm cooking you up some new financial advice, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you can, share. And I'll see you next time. Bye!